Hi, we're celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month, and I'm here with Dora and Elier. They're at Seward County Community College. Dora works in the registrar's office, but she's also the international
Student coordinator.
Okay, and Eleanor works in the corrosion department. He heads the department out over there. And we're there. This is a couple. They're married, and we just want to share their story with you. So I'll start with Dora. Dora, talk about yourself a little bit.
Well, it's not too much to say. My story here is so short as I have been living here at the United States just like 2 years and a half. So I think my husband has more to say.
But we'll just go. But let's start. So you were born in Mexico.
Yeah,
Okay.
I born and grew up in Mexico. When I arrived here, I already have my university degree finished. I was working and growing up my professional career. So I love what I was doing there, but then I decided to get married and I'm here.
I'll tell you about your story.
Basically, I grew up here. I moved here when I was 5 years old. Lived in New Mexico for a little bit, like a summer, and then we moved. My parents moved here to Liberal, Kansas, and I've been here since. We moved in 1992. So I basically grew up here.
Okay. So do you still have family here? Do you still have family in Mexico?
Yeah. So my dad's family is mainly here in the United States, live in New Mexico, and my mom's part of the family is primarily in Mexico. So we go visit. We used to go visit twice a year in the summer and in like the Christmas break. Now it's a little more difficult, so we try to visit at least once a year.
Now, tell us a story about how you guys met. I think that's actually pretty fascinating. And the story in itself is amazing. So, in terms of like, you guys actually didn't know each other, but you guys are from the same area, right?
Yes.
And so, let's hear it.
All right, so I was at K-State and she was at the university in Durango. And we were both from our families are from the same area. It's a small town in the center of Durango. And she reached out to me asking about some homework. And, I was confused. I was like, I don't remember having any homework. And she was asking a person by the same name as myself. And the hair was curly, so everything in the picture looked like the person she was wanting to get a hold of. But
this is online, right?
Yes, this is online.
It's basically through Facebook.
Yeah,
Okay.
It was online, and so she reached out to me, and I was like, what homework are you talking about? So I went into panic mode. I reached out to her, and we were having a conversation, but not really knowing that, like, different schools, everything was different. And so then, it got to me. I was like, what are you talking about? And then I went through her profile and found out she was from the same hometown. And then we cleared things up. And then that conversation was like, hey, you're from the same place I am. Like, big coincidence. And so then that's kind of like how we started talking to one another. Just sharing similarities in the same town. Like, if you know this place, you've been there. Things like that.
But the thing is that you said you guys didn't know each other.
No.
Okay, even though that.
Yeah, and we were from the same place.
But as his life was here and mine was in Mexico, so it's different. That's why we did not meet each other. So I will correct some things about his story, because when I realized that it's not the person that I want to look for, I said, I'm so sorry.
You said this was on Facebook, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I said, I am so sorry. And just stop the conversation. And he continued.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we are from the same town. Oh, yeah.
I just thought
Did
it was
you
a big
know
coincidence.
something?
I was like, what is the chances of running into somebody that you're from and you don't know the person, you're from that same town, you don't know the person. It was just, to me, it was a big coincidence. And I was like, hey, we're from the same place, and that's kind of like where.
And it wasn't even that you didn't even know the family or relatives or anybody.
No.
No, but did you guys have any acquaintances that you guys knew, that you both knew?
No.
No, okay. So it's completely
random.
Random,
Okay.
yes. That's the word.
Yeah, it was just completely random. And then, like she said, so she was done, but I was like, "Hey, do you realize that we're from the same place and I'm from the same town?" And then we just started like, "What do you like to do there? What do you have you ever been to this activity?" Because they have different activities in, like, for example, Christmas time and things like that. So we just started comparing lives. It's like, it's crazy that we've never met each other, kind of like you say, and we're from the same area, and so.
I think this is why when I look for the name of that person, his name pop up. Because, your cell phone all the time knows where you are.
Right. And it's Eleanor, right?
Elier.
Elier. Okay.
Yes.
Elier. And not a very common name, right?
No,
well, actually,
but
no.
he was using Art.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
The whole name,
Okay.
Arturo.
Arturo.
Yes.
And the person that I was looking for was Arturo. Too.
Okay, gotcha. Okay,
Yeah.
but so if you actually used
if I had used my real name, like my first name, not my real name, my first name, never would have met.
Never met, so there you go. So good thing I did. Now, is Arturo your middle name?
Yes.
Okay, so there you go.
And her profile picture doesn't show his face clearly. So was like a blurry face with the hoodie, and I was like, okay, I think was some box gloves or something like that.
Oh yeah, it was.
And the
It was
person
like a
that
boxing photo where you had like the.
So I had a setup in my garage, and one of my friends took a picture because we used to train boxing.
Right.
And so he took a picture and we uploaded it to my profile, and that's what she saw.
Okay.
Yeah, and the person that I was looking for practice box.
And so big coincidences.
So, wow.
Yes.
Okay. So just if you don't believe in fate, that this is
Yeah,
sort of like
I guess
one event.
yeah.
Yeah.
So now, how long ago was this?
All right, so we were debating this, and it had to have been between 2010 2011, something like that.
Okay, so you guys had quite a long relationship before you guys actually.
Yeah, we just kind of got to know each other, and we were friends for a while. And then she has family here in Kansas.
Okay.
That she came down and visited for about 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you do have family So you do have family here in
Yeah,
the
I
States.
have a brother on Topeka, another one in Kansas City, and another one in Denver, Colorado.
So did you come into the States a lot, or just once in a while?
Well, I will say maybe once or twice per year.
And now when you had Ellie over there, you probably came a little bit more.
Yeah. Well, see, and here's another coincidence. Her family was in Topeka, and I was in Manhattan.
Okay.
So
close.
we were like 40 minutes away. And this was, we had already met, and we established a friendship. And then when she came to visit her brother, I showed her around in Manhattan, the university, and what it was like. And so we just kind of got to know each other a little better.
And then just sort of bloomed from there.
Yeah.
Romance, like they said. Like online romance is great. So, Dora, tell me a little bit in terms of cultural and differences. Like, you've been in Mexico most of your life, and then you just sort of visited, and now you're here. What kind of differences do you see from Mexico to the States?
A lot.
Okay.
A lot. Honestly, I don't know where I can start. I will start talking about the professional work. It's totally different. So, for example, here you can see the president on the hallways, and you feel the confidence to say, "Hi, good morning. How are you today?" And at Mexico, the hierarchies are so marked. So you better will keep your distance from your president, for example, in a college. So that's something that happened for real, unfortunately. Another thing, the food. The food is totally different. It doesn't matter that we have a lot of Mexican restaurants here. The flavor it's not the same one. You can have the same enchiladas plate made here versus ones made at Mexico with all the ingredients from there, and the taste will be different.
Okay. from your point of view, how things are. You lived here most of your life now, so was it sort of when you were going with Dora, did you have to sort of adapt a little bit back, or?
No, for me, like I said, it was only during vacation when I would go, but the life that everyone has down there is more calm. So not as fast-paced as it is here. We're always focused on looking at the clock, what time it is. I got to get to this place. I got to get to that place. And down there, it's more relaxed. It's even though people, they have a job, they have places to be. The sense of urgency isn't so marked. Isn't about deadlines. You know what I mean? So it's laid back. It's just more relaxed. I feel the lifestyle, and so to me that just works great. Less stress.
That's true. That's true. It's a lot of more relaxed than here. For example, if you are working in an education institution, as SCCE is, you will maybe start your workday at 8 a.m., but by 3 you will be at home, by 3 p.m. So the hours are shortened. You have more time to be with your family or did whatever you need or want to do. That's another different, and I think this is part of what he's saying. This is more like relaxed.
Do you think you're adapting well here?
I'm trying. Yeah, this is an amazing country, honestly. Offer me a lot of opportunities. So I'm glad and I'm so proud of myself because when I arrived here, I have to be honest, my English was baddest than is now.
It's good.
So that was the first hit on the face, the language. But if you for real have the intentions, and well, in my case, I came from a professional environment and it was difficult for me think that I will have to make different kind of works because I have been being the leader of my department there in what I was working, and then I arrived here and I can even communicate with the people. So it's something hard, but you need to have that resilience just to keep going. I think that's the key. Keep going. It doesn't matter what's going on with your life, how is your language, what kind of education do you have. I'm talking about school education. So you just keep going.
All right. Well, guys, thank you so much for sharing your story. I really appreciate it. I think it's fascinating and it's a very interesting story. Thank you again so much for your time.
Thank you.